Love Below 91.9 The Buzz. I am F.M.C. Currently in the building with whom?
Sunshine B, Lady Thompson,
Cool Mandy.
Deborah J.
D-Money.
And if you have not been with us, we have been talking about dating in college. And I got this scenario from, I don't even remember. Listen to the question in its entirety. What would you do if you went to a nightclub and there was a weight limit to enter? Would you get on a scale in front of the other patrons? Oh yeah, it's one of the hottest clubs in the area. I'm just opening that up to whoever wants to answer that one.
No, well, I don't club no more, so I really wouldn't care. But if you have a limit on the size of the people that can come to your club, I don't want to support that because I think that's discrimination. So I wouldn't go. I feel like I fall somewhere in that category.
And only letting pretty people in is discrimination.
Oh, yes, it is.
They do that.
I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying.
It's just deliberate.
I will not come to your establishment. I'd rather do
I'm
it.
not gonna come.
For me, it would depend on if everyone that I was with could get in. If everyone I was with couldn't get in, then I wouldn't, because I know I'm a big guy, so it's not for sure that I'd be able to get in.
I wouldn't. I think that's just ridiculous. And the people willing to go to a place like that are probably gonna be really superficial. And I
It's gonna be no fun anyway.
exactly. I don't want to spend my time around people who are so concerned about a number.
If I was below the weight limit, I'd go in.
At least just check it out, see what's
Yeah.
up.
But I feel like they probably wouldn't be as judgmental toward men getting in as they probably
Oh,
would
yeah.
be toward women.
Yes,
So
that's true.
if they had a universal weight requirement,
What do you look like?
you know, if you had to look, you
Pretty
know,
Willie.
if you look, you had to look like you had to have a 6-pack, 8-pack. You had to be a certain height, certain weight.
Oh,
BMI had to be a certain, you know,
Yeah.
all of that.
If it was a strip club, then yeah.
I just like that's a very interesting question because I wonder if that actually happens. Like if there's a club out there that promotes your entrance into this place as you stepping on the scale. If you, I mean, it's probably some people that are not gonna have to get on it. But if you get to like a person that's on there and they're like, oh, step on the scale, just to see if you can get in. I'll probably be a little embarrassed. But I'd probably be interested to see if I would be one of those people that could get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of the things, like, I don't think I would want to go because, like, if everybody can't get in, like it's discriminating already off top. Like, the fact that you put this is in place, it's kind of upsetting that you would that's your admission into this place that you have to, but then again, we got places like you have to have a logo on your shirt to get in.
Yeah.
Or, you know, that type of thing. So it's still discriminatory and you kind of lose money.
Yeah.
Those people gonna pay. They're gonna pay good money to get in. You know, those people not trying to pay. Then you can be like, oh, they didn't want to pay. But 9 times out of 10, it is what it is. All right. One thing that's difficult for me in relationships is hanging on to myself. It seems that once I get close to someone, a roommate, a friend, or lover, I give in and accommodate so much that there's nothing left for me.
The number one thing you shouldn't do, you shouldn't lose yourself in any type of relationship. Like, because if you're all about somebody else or trying to be somebody, you're not who you are. So that's one of my number one rules is no matter who you're with, friends, family, in a relationship, you should always be yourself. And you're allowed to adapt and change, but if you don't know who you are at the end of the day, like you went wrong somewhere and you need to back up yourself and try again.
I do give a lot in my relationships. Like once I get that, whether it's a friendship or family or dating or whatever, I do tend to give a lot. But that's the type of personality I have. But I don't think I lose myself. Like I don't think my personality becomes theirs or whatnot. But I do see where I can be a little too given.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I'm definitely probably too given in any type of relationship, but I wouldn't necessarily say I lose myself. Like, I can, I guess, walk that line.
I guess, I lost my train of thought.
She lost herself.
I think people confuse losing yourself with compromising, because if you compromise, you don't like scary movies, but your significant other does, and you watch scary movies with them, then it's not losing yourself, you know, if you compromise. But if you need to first know who you are before you step into a relationship, because if you don't know who you are, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. You need to know how to be single before you can be in a relationship.
I don't know what we were discussing, if it was just a advice for that person, or the question is, do you lose yourself? Personally, I don't, because I like to keep it real. I may compromise, but it's not like it. So, from my perspective, I think it's really important, as Deborah J said, to know who you are going into a relationship, but also to hold on to the things that you like about yourself, and find those things. Make sure that they are very prevalent in your mind, so that you have something to hold on to in those times. Because essentially, in the relationship, the person is in a relationship with you because they like you. If you stop being yourself, then they may not even want to be with you anymore.
I mean, and I've always heard the quote about it too, like, no one wants to date themselves.
I would. I'm awesome.
Oh, well, you are awesome, Nemo, and
Don't
you
tell
know,
me
but
that.
you at least want
Get bigger.
some differences in the person you're with.
Baby,
Don't do that. And yes.
There are things. Oh,
Get him, baby.
my.
Get him, baby.
Please
Oh,
don't.
yes.
Don't.
Oh
There are things.
I couldn't see that, but I heard it.
no, it was so
I
sad.
felt it.
The force is strong with you, my son.
And I would like to say goodbye to everybody.
To do that same
Exit stage
thing.
left.
Privacy of our own.
No.
Egg,
Oh my god.
egg. Get it, baby. Get it.
Long hat on cap. But
All
anyway,
day.
I mean, I would agree. This was just a general question. I was just looking up online for situations that people are in, and just to get your opinions about how you would handle that. I would agree for the most part. If you feel like if you're giving in, you have to really check and see if it's you changing or are you growing. Like, it's two different things. They can be on the same wavelength, but sometimes people change and alter who they are, and some people just grow into somebody. They realize their potential, they realize what it is. If it's where you feel a big disconnect in yourself, you need to take a step back, be a little bit patient, be a little bit more reflective, and recognize, is this healthy for me? Is it productive for me? And if it's not one of those things, what can I do to change that? And that may be some of the other episodes that we talked about, with communicating that with myself personally first, and then going further and communicating that with my whoever it is, a friend, a roommate, a lover. If you feel like you're taking on too many of their traits, it's one thing to be around a group of people that are smarter than you, more athletic, because you can build and be motivated. But if there's no give and take, if you're not giving something, or you're only taking, or you're only giving in the sense that they're always taking from you, is it reciprocal, and what can you do to make that more reciprocal so that you don't feel like you're just hanging on a piece of yourself or thread of yourself? This one is very broad, so I just need y'all to work with me on this one as best as possible. It says that my romantic partner and I seem to be coming from different worlds sometimes. It's pretty frustrating. What can we do about it? It's very broad, doesn't give any
Be in the
specific.
middle.
How does one do that?
Talk, get to know each other, find out why they are the way they are, and why you are the way you are. And I feel like once you connect, then it's not necessarily you have to be the same, you just understand each other.
I think you could go, I guess, go with the whole other world thing, like meet them in their world, you know, see their point of view, and maybe you could, you know, make a new world together.
When you
That's
take one
exactly what I
world,
was
still
gonna say.
come together,
No,
in the middle,
no.
You got
Going to
middle.
another world first, and then on to the other world.
and then you create your own.
When I'm in the middle.
No.
Oh God, what's the name of that, those circles, you know, two circles?
Venn diagram?
Venn diagram.
Yeah, make one of those.
My Venn diagram on 217.
Y'all are actually sappy.
Don't
I would say you can read a book. There's a book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. You are from two different worlds. It's okay.
Yes.
Accept that.
You have a
Boom. Drops the mic.
That might would have tried. It's been over with.
Yeah, I would just say compromising. I mean,
These.
you know, men are
Who did
from
that?
Mars, women are from Venus or whatever.
Oh,
You just gotta meet in the middle. That's how you work it out, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But what if they're a same-sex couple?
Whoa.
Well, but still, you can be from
So,
two different
yeah.
worlds. Like you can be like, you know, poor shelter child and crazy out there person. You know, or
True.
whatever.
Cause I mean, I think me and Frank come from two different worlds, and there's definitely a lot of compromising that has to go into the relationship. And shut up, thing, to be able to continue it because we were raised differently. We're still in the state of Georgia, but nowhere near, you know, the same type of lifestyle. So I mean, it takes learning about his past, learning about my past, and then growing together instead of judging each other and then growing apart. Yeah,
I'm still gonna judge you.
I think it was already stated. Learning how they operate in their world. One of the things you have to, people talk about communication and it being very essential for a relationship to prosper, to be maintained, and to continue to grow and build. But not even in my relationship with pertaining, but like we have a younger friend of ours, and me and that person, our communication is so off, and it's when we communicate with each other, it's more each other trying to clarify what they mean when they say what they mean, and then it just becomes an argument. It becomes an argument that didn't need to be, and then it's always resolved by a third party saying, "Well, it's kind of this is what was said, this is what needed to be said," and learning it takes time to understand how another person operates. Enough time, and you being intent on knowing how that person operates, because I mean, time doesn't do anything if you don't use it wisely. So when you have those opportunities to learn how a person communicates, to learn how a person interacts, how to come at them, because I have a few friends that I could just say, "You effed up," and actually use the expletive. And some friends of mine are just like, "Yeah, that wasn't a smart thing to do. You should have thought about that before you did it." That's a gray area that you didn't think about. So with a romantic partner, definitely you become accustomed to a certain way of talking and communicating, making sure that is effective. And if it is, and it just needs to be practiced so it can be consistent, work on that. But if it's been broken, going back and taking the chance to say, okay, am I the one not listening? Am I not the one practicing? Is this person doing, you know, and then meeting them, like I said, both of y'all essentially going into their world, meeting at the middle so that it makes sense. We're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, I don't know if I'm gonna have my people do role play or I'm gonna have them do some more expertise. But this is a Love Below 91.9. We're gonna shake it up a little bit. Stay tuned.
I missed the sound effect. So I missed the sound effect.
It was a whip.
Yeah,
Pretty awesome.
I've been like,
Whip.
Oh, I thought it was a water drop. Like, into the puddle.
I didn't mean it first. But my own music. Just on me.
I think it's something else.
Carolyn.
Alright, so what scenario did I give y'all yesterday?
I like you, but I don't know if you're gonna like, I don't want to be like me.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Yeah, that one.
I just like saying that.
I'm feeling 24 right now.
Oh no, Corey's younger than me.
Okay, yeah. All right, person one, you really like X and would love to start dating. You two get along really well, but you're pretty sure. Oh, did y'all save it?
No.
We not, you can stop it.